Good morning, Engineer 775 here. The Rhino is going to work today. So I've got the Rhino and 2 ground mounts tucked in on either side of it on my work truck. And then I am taking the Bobcat on the gooseneck on my dually. So what I'm gonna do, well, I'm gonna be eventually looking for, I'd like to be able to do this in one shot. So I definitely need a deck over gooseneck, and because the length of that, I can't load it sideways. I need to be able to load it long ways, plus the length of the skid steer and a set of forks. The forks could get tucked in into there's a fork pocket on the Rhino. Anyway, we're off to a job. We've pounded a few posts just here testing, and now we're going to actually go do something. So, but right now I need to take 2 vehicles to deploy this. Now, one of the things I've been working on is if I just take that truck and all the tools and everything in the ground mount and just rent, if I have to go a long ways, then just rent a skid steer or have one on site, like if the customer really needs post pounded, they'll have a skid steer with forks ready, and I'll bring the ground mount and all the hardware and the Rhino, and we'll build that ground mount that day. So we're still working on that as a system, but for now it's 2 trucks because of the trailers that I have. So I have 3 trailers that are handy, but the game is changing, and I need probably a 35-foot tandem axle, deck over, no more fenders, and this baby is wide, so I'm trying to figure out. It's hard to, and I can get ground mount under it, so I'm not too worried about that. I can tuck ground mount up under it, so we'll figure it out. But definitely this year trailer. So let's get to the job and see how it does. job was just to build these 2 ground mounts and really to test out the new Rhino driver. So I was pretty excited to be able to do that. I brought my skid steer, I brought the driver, and we were able to build this pretty quickly. Post pounded really nice, and we're getting the feel of it. So this will be a 44 panel system. That building on the other side is going to be the power shed. I think we're going to move it over here. We'll have 2 back and forth 4-aught runs to the house. And don't forget the CT wires, but the powerhouse is really going to be behind here, shaded, be shaded by the array. And that way, a little less heat load on the building. So pretty excited that the driver works so well today. All right, this is Engineer 775. Check it out.